Hi there, my name is Cindy King, I'm from Mr. Keiler's class, and I'm here to talk to you about World War II. Alright, so let's start from the very beginning, and let's just cover the main basics. Very beginning, what was the cause of World War II? The cause of World War II was the Treaty of Versailles, which was written after World War I by the victors, of course, being Britain, France, America. And it ended up causing a lot more problems than they hoped. You see, the Treaty of Versailles ended up blaming Germany for pretty much all of the war, despite the fact that Austria-Hungary was the people who declared war. Whatever. Anyway, the Germans ended up being really upset by the outcome of the Treaty of Versailles, and due to the age of anxiety and the other myths of whatever was going on to them at the time, the Germans decided a good idea to turn to National Socialists. And then we got Hitler. And, well, Hitler wasn't really known for making good decisions. So, that's pretty much how World War II happened. Now, fun things talking about dates when it comes to World War II. Depending on who you ask, some people say it's 8 years, some people say it's only 6 years. How is this? Well, it depends on where you declare the start of World War II. You see, most people sit there and say that World War II started in 1939 with Germany invading Poland, which is correct. But that's when World War II started in Europe. World War II actually started in the Pacific, 1937, when Japan and China ended up having a bit of a brawl in Marco Polo Bridge in Beijing. Alrighty, now that we understand the core of World War II, let's think about important battles. Important battles. Hey Sam.
What?
Name an important battle of World War II.
Pacific or Europe?
Let's go with Europe.
Stalingrad?
Alright.
Why? Why? Cindy!
Well, I guess we're gonna do what Sammy said, and we'll start off with Stalingrad. Stalingrad is now currently modern-day Volgograd, and it's up in good old Mother Russia, which used to be the USSR. See, what happened around Stalingrad was when Hitler decided to stop blitzing England, which means he stopped bombing England, and decided to take his frustrations out to good old Mother Russia. Well, he really should have taken a few notes from Napoleon, considering invading Russia never really worked in the past. But hey, he was Hitler. He knew what he was doing. Anyway, the Russians actually have a really good attack strategy when it comes to any form of invasion, and what they do is they utilize the horrible weather of their country. See, what happens is the Russians would actually lure in whatever the opposing army was. In this case, it was the Germans. And what they would do is they would take their camps, pick up everything that they could carry, and if what they couldn't carry, they would burn it to the ground. This means they would burn entire camps, villages, maybe even cities down to the ground, and then retreat further into the wilderness, which is totally fine for the Germans, until it gets really cold. And that's when most of the casualties started to happen. Stalingrad proved to be an Allies' victory and a major Axis loss. But, I mean, not like the USSR turned out the best either. Yeah, Hitler was such a bad man that he kind of overshadowed Stalin, who definitely wasn't much better. See, Stalin was really sadistic and exercised some really messed up policies. For example, during World War II, Russia was really down when it came to supplies and such. So what the generals would do was take 2 soldiers, put them together, give one a gun, and give the other bullets. What they'd sit there and tell him is, when he runs off and dies, pick up his gun and keep going. Yeah. Also, the generals would stay back at the front, back where it was safe, and if any of their soldiers tried to retreat, they'd shoot them down. Yeah, imagine that. No matter where you go, you'll die. Good old Russia. But, I mean, Stalingrad ended up proving to be maybe the major turning point of World War II, and inevitably we might have lost if it never happened. So good job, Stalin. Though Stalingrad is pretty much the main point in the war when we actually began to win, the most well-known battle was Normandy, also known as D-Day. Now, part of the reason why Normandy is just such a big staple when it comes to World War II is the fact how outnumbered we were. We were so not prepared to go and invade Normandy, France, but we did it anyhow. And rumor has it that the Americans tried to send out coded messages saying that they were going to invade somewhere else around the area of France, but the Germans really weren't falling for it. But in the end, we were able to somehow claim victory, which is pretty interesting considering the first time that the Allies were going to go and have their invasion, they actually got, like, rained out. Yeah, the invasion had to be postponed due to bad weather. Yeah, war's now a baseball game. Anyway, it was pretty actually amazing that the Allies were able to be successful considering that the Germans had the area booby-trapped completely. There's barbed wire everywhere, bombs, snipers. They were prepared, yet the Allies proved victorious, and D-Day has been down in history ever since. Another instance in which the Allies were outnumbered but proved victorious happened to the Battle of Midway. Now, Midway happened in the Pacific, which means it was fought between the Americans and the Japanese. The Japanese had 4 carrier ships, about 280 planes, while America had 3 carrier ships and about 180 planes. However, the Japanese were not anticipating how trained the American bombers were, and the American bombers were able to shoot down necessarily 3 of the carrier ships, while the 4th carrier ship was sunken by a U.S. submarine. The Battle of Midway proved to be extremely important to winning the war in the Pacific, considering the Battle of Midway put Japan on the defense. Well, I guess that's the end of my spiel about World War II. Thank you for listening, and I really hope that you learned something. Well, I'm Cindy King from Mr. Keiler's Class 2A. Have a nice day.